Yeah. wakaita za Yesu. Hakuna wakaita za Yesu. Hakuna wakaita za Yesu. Hakuna dhamanya manya kweze temerere
Welcome
Karibu
to the Harambee Center
kwa Harambee Center,
evening of fun,
jioni ya furaha
learning,
na masomo
and raising money for a wonderful program.
na kuleta pesa kwa program njema sana.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, malupaganisu pondolwayo, izwa imitandazo yetu. Nkosi sikelela tina lusapulwayo. Nkosi sikeleli Afrika, malupaganisu pondolwayo, izwa imitandazo yetu. Nkosi sikelela tina lusapolwayo, mure na buluka sichabasa Yesu, ufedise dintwali matswenyeho. Mure na buluka sichabasa Yesu, ufedise dintwali matswenyeho. Usibuluke, usibuluke, usibuluke murena, usibuluke sichabasa Yesu, sichabasa Afrika. Woza moya, woza, 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 woza moya, woza, 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 woza moya. Hoi, dwele kosi, sikelela tina lusa
Jambo, greetings. My name is Grace Kuto. I'm the co-founder and president of Harambee Center. And this year, we welcome you to our second virtual fundraiser to raise funds for a program in Kenya called Najijali, which means I care for myself. This is a program for teenage mothers who are not able to go back to school due to pregnancies that have happened to them. And Harambee Center, we would like to provide vocational skill for them. The work at Harambee Center, of course, is only possible because of the donors, supporters that we get. We also have corporate donors like Nike, Starbucks. We have Coast Pavement Services has been at the table with us. Counseling Services of Portland. We also have many supporters through university relations. Many Friends churches have been on the forefront with us. Normal Presbyterian Church that has been with us for many, many years. More recently, in the last few years, we've also been able to connect and collaborate in very, very extensive ways with the local Rotary clubs. We want to thank them as well. The Rotary Club of Tigard, which is my club, and also Portland Metro Club as well. And now White Salmon Bijan Rotary Club, and a few others that have been supporting the ones that I have mentioned. So we really, really want to say a big thank you to the Rotary Club. This year, we're partnering with White Salmon Bijan Rotary Club to apply for a global grant for a specific project at Chwele, Kenya. With this grant, we will provide vocational skill building program to teenage mothers who are not able to go back to school. Harambee Center this year, we are raising funds to at least purchase 100 sewing machines for this program. And Rotary Club will be providing the rest of the funding for training the girls. So it's a wonderful partnership. It's a great partnership that goes a long, long ways. And Harambee Center, we're excited to tell you that we do have a plan to sustain that program after the global grant funds run out. So, but it will only happen if we can receive the funding for the initial program to get it started next year. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tammy Kaufman. I am a member of the White Salmon Bijan Rotary Club. We are located down the Columbia River Gorge in Washington, just across from Hood River, Oregon. And I've been a member of Rotary since 2008, and I'm active in our grant committee. We initially got involved in this project because we had been a part of a previous project in Matala, Uganda. And that was for developing a water catchment system for the St. Andrew's School, which serves hundreds of local girls. At that school, water was 4 to 5 kilometers away, and girls and boys had to walk to go get water and bring it back to the school. It's a very unsafe situation in the area, not only for hygiene and sanitation, but just also for security of the young girls. So that group decided that they wanted to come together, and the Harambee Center played a big part in that as well. And they wanted to take these new buildings and the new roofs off of those buildings and create an area that when the rains came, they would be able to store that water and have access to water in the school. That allows the girls to not only be safe because they're in school, but also to focus on their studies and be more successful in life. That project right now is near completion, and we've been following it every step of the way, and we're very excited about that. And from that project came this conversation about Chwele, Kenya, and what was happening there in their culture. So we learned about this issue of teenage pregnancy in Chwele, COVID-19 coming through, and all of the changes that happened in 2020 made that even a worse situation, as the girls and boys were all out of school for a length of time. And for a variety of reasons, teenage pregnancy increased, which was terrible given the fact that it was Bungoma County, where Chwele is located, was already the highest county in Kenya, and Kenya is one of the highest rated countries in the East Africa area for teenage pregnancy. So the need was compounded. So we talked with Grace Kuto from the Harambee Center, and we began to have some meetings with the Greca team in Kenya, which runs out of the community center there in Chwele, about the needs and about some possible solutions. And they wanted us to work with them to create a program that would help to empower girls.
My name is Joy Wasilwa, and I am the Director of Grace Resources for Community Action, that is Greca. And we are in Bungoma. We have a small office in Bungoma, but during our work, we go to Chwele, where we have the community center, where we usually do our major works. Greca has been in operation since early 2020, and this came into being as a result of volunteers who used to work at Chwele Community Resource and Peace Center, volunteers under the leadership of Mama Grace Kuto, who is the president and co-founder of Harambee Center in the USA. And we just had a zeal to serve the community more and use our diverse skills in giving back to community. So during the COVID-19 kickstart and then the plagues and the floods that are affecting our community, that is when we began. And from there, we saw more need to address issues related to mental health, because that was a major issue that was affecting the community, apart from teenage pregnancies, of course, because of the COVID-19. Here on the ground, we are partnering with, of course, the government. That is through the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, the local authorities. And we also partnering with the Haven Recovery Center in Eldoret, where we usually take our clients, those who cannot recover from our psychosocial sessions. And then we are also partnering with the community, religious and civic leaders. Yes. We are also partnering with Bungoma Magharibi Rotary Club. They are acting as the hub here on the ground, and they're going to be helping us through the Najijali project, which is going to be a 2-year project focusing on teenage pregnancies. That means we are only going to focus on girls who have dropped out of school because of teenage pregnancies.
COVID-19 hit us so hard, probably being a third world country. And when the schools, everything came to a standstill last year, towards the beginning of last year, because of COVID-19. And that meant that so many girls, so many students were out of school. There were so many children just roaming around. And also most parents or most guardians, most people lost their jobs, and they had nothing to, to support their families or to support themselves. So because of that, we realized that the girls, for example, from age 10 to 14, and even 14, 15, and up to 19, who are actually school-going girls, most of them ventured into into sex and relationships because maybe they were looking for a livelihood or a means to survive. Because when you ask some of them, they wanted to support their families, because if your mother and your father was not working and you do not have anything on the table, then you had to fend for your family. And apart from that, I think most girls were idle. So what happened? We had an explosion of teenage pregnancy. And for example, just in one county alone, we had like 4,000. And there were so many. Kisumu, I think, was number 14 in the national grid, but we had around 378,000 pregnancies in that year alone. So COVID-19 hit Kenya so hard, and we are still grappling with those, the aftermath of COVID-19, because we have so many schoolgirls who got pregnant. We have so many teenage mothers, as young as 10, someone who is not ready to be a mother. The body is not ready. Nothing in them is actually ready for them to be a mother. And so many of them have dropped out of school. We have others because the government is trying to stress or impress upon the parents and the teachers that, we have the return to school policy, which can help them to continue with the learning. But, the stigma that surrounds teenage pregnancy, the African culture. So not most girls go back to school, and not many teachers also accept them back to school, because even when they go there, they're stigmatized. And the community in general also kind of ostracize them, because now it is like, you're a bad girl, you did something which was bad. It's more of a taboo and all that. Yeah, the girl child is actually having a lot of problems because, first of all, they become mothers when they are not ready to be in the first place. We know that, the way their brain is structured, they're not in the rightful mind. They have not fully developed the decisions that they make and all that. But apart from that notwithstanding, most of them end up, depressed. They're so stressed. They end up with a lot of anxiety. The feelings that even that pregnancy in itself brings puts or throws the girl into depression. And a lot of them, we know that teenage pregnancy is the #1 killer in Kenya for girls aged between 10 and 15. So we've been trying to create awareness, and we've been trying to help in the schools, especially in the secondary schools and primary schools, for the teachers to accept them so that they don't just label them, they don't, isolate them or discriminate against these girls, so that they don't end up also committing suicide. We also realize that the level of suicide has gone up in the country. Now we have even children as young as 7 years old committing suicide. Okay, and it's all because of the rate of depression, anguish, anxiety. You just can't survive. You are trying to solve one thing, and you end up becoming pregnant, and then it creates another problem for you because now the society cannot accept you. And in most cases, as I've said, it is the girl who suffers, because the man is not anywhere in the vicinity.
Music is a universal language that lifts the human soul. In Africa, music is a great tool to help us deal with circumstances beyond our control. So what we're going to see from Chole Girls High School is a traditional dance whose message is sad. It is related to the teen pregnancies issue that this generation is dealing with. But the way this dance is expressed is in a very joyful way. And when we sing and dance, we're lifted. But each girl has a story behind her soul.
Before we are the Chole Girls High School students, ready to present Abukusu skit. This is a song sung to encourage parents to take their kids to school. Since most of the African nations have been affected by the challenge of the parents not taking their kids to school, this has resulted to the early pregnancy, the spread of STDs, and even the drug abuse.
Harambee Center in US, thank you for coming to address this in Chole.
Harambee Center in US, we can't thank you enough. Through your friendship, you have supported us with Wi-Fi in our school that has enabled us to communicate with the global world.
Aha! The needy students are now in school. They are learning without disturbance. They are now striving to be great people in the nations.
Greka, thank you for putting Chole Girls on the map. Through Madam Grace's work, through you, we are empowered.
And the title?
Sinanusia kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
Sinanusia kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
Base chava kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
Base chava kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
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 Utambiwa kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
Utambiwa kila omwana namkela na leha husoma.
Namkela.
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 Mwalimu mbesta bsyange, mwalimu sengo nangata.
Mwalimu mbesta bsyange, mwalimu sengo nangata.
Mwalimu mbesta bsyange, mwalimu sengo nangata.
Mwalimu mbesta bsyange, mwalimu sengo nangata. Mwalimu mbesta usyange, mwalimu sengo nangata. Mwalimu mbesta usyange, mwalimu sengo nangata.
Anina soma, ya engele anino layo.
Anina soma, engele ha anino layo.
Anina soma, mai engele anino layo.
Anina soma, engele ha anino layo.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai wesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai wesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai wesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana nende mai wesi somyo mwana.
Papa somyo mwana, nende mai yesi somyo mwana. We appreciate all our donors who donate through Harambee Center. Mountainside High School, we love you!
The program is called Najijali, and Najijali basically means I care for me. And we're trying to tell these girls that despite the fact that they got pregnant and dropped out of school, that's not the end of life for them. There's always a new beginning. There's always a second chance in life. And that is why we're going to be encouraging them to focus more on themselves. And we're going to be giving them a second chance by giving them skills in dressmaking. And they're also going to be getting other auxiliary lessons apart from just dressmaking. So this way, they're going to be having a second chance of just picking up from where they left, that is where they dropped out of school. So many effects from COVID because the schools were shut down. That means the girls had to stay home for the longest period ever. They stayed home for 9 months. And during this period when they were home, they were idle. Most of them did not have guidance from either teachers or parents because the parents were going to work and the teachers are nowhere. And most of them were married, and most of them also found themselves pregnant. We shall be training the girls on dressmaking. And then apart from dressmaking, because these girls have young children, we'll also be teaching them about childcare and nutrition. And apart from that, we're also going to include microfinance, micro-entrepreneurship, let me say, and then domestic science. That is, they'll be learning how to just maintain a home, you know, be creative in their cooking, and how to get, maintaining a home. And then we'll also be teaching them on agricultural skills. That is the 4K club. Yes, that is what we will be teaching them. And then above all, we'll also be giving them mental health support. That is psychosocial sessions they will be given to them. And eventually, after all the training, we are going to be linking them up with the Chole Women's Group, which has been in operation from way back, and it's a beneficiary of Harambee Center also. So these women are going to be supporting these girls. They're going to be the mentors of these girls, just to see that whatever they have begun will not just end there. So that is a case of sustainability. And we hope that it is going to work well, because the women have also been very successful in whatever they have been doing as a group. Najijali in the Chole community, I think it is going to be a very good project, because many girls are going to be given a second chance. Many girls are going to, if they do not pull, to have new skills, and this would have catered for things like when the girls go to towns and they leave their children behind, they go to towns to look for jobs which are not standard jobs. So it is going to enrich the create more development opportunities in the community, because these girls are also going to begin their own projects, their own small businesses, which is going to enhance the livelihood of the community. Also, by linking them up with the micro enterprise programs, they're also going to get small loans, which can uplift their businesses. And I see that, I feel that it's going to be a plus for the community.
Very few come back to school, because you'd find that most of the parents to these girls, maybe they are not able to get the girls back to school, because maybe they look at it as maybe a wastage of money. The community at large, they speak negatively about these girls, giving stigma to the girls. So sometimes the girls just opt to maybe run away from home and go look for jobs in town, or they just stay at home and become wives. So a very small percentage, maybe 2%, I would say. Like the girl that you're almost interviewing just right after me, she was lucky enough to get back to school. And although she's really struggling, fees is paying her school fees is a problem. And we've even checked with the administration, and they say that she has a very huge fee balance. And that is because she's just she's struggling to be in school, but she has hope that somebody out there can maybe see her hard work and support her. So I would say it's a very small percentage that becomes able to go back to school. Most of them don't.
My name is Arisa Onyango. I'm 16 years old. I'm born in Mombasa. And I'm studying Chule Girls High School. But when I joined Form 1, I had a pregnant.
That led to you dropping out of school to go and have your baby?
Yes.
Okay. And where is your baby now?
My baby, she's in Mombasa. My baby, she's in Mombasa. Yeah, she stayed with my mother.
Okay.
When I joined, I didn't know if I am pregnant. And I was shocked when I was being told that I'm pregnant, because first I didn't know the signs of pregnant women, the way they behave. Because me, I was in school when we were coming from games at Kamsinga. When I wake up in the morning, I found my legs have swollen, and my stomach is coming big and big. So I decided to go to the nurse and ask her to help me with the medicine that will make my stomach not come fat. So what she did, she just tested me first. She told me to go and bring my urine. Then she gave me the medicine, but she didn't tell me that I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you found out that you are expectant, how did it make you feel?
It's difficult for me to join. My mother struggled so much to get the money so that I can come back I can join Australia Girls High School. So when I realized that I was pregnant, I feel very bad. So the life was difficult. I didn't get enough, and I didn't get someone to support me because my mother was not able, because she's just hustling. She doesn't have any job to do. So I met a friend, but for me, I knew that he was my friend, helping me what I need. She was supporting me. So I went and visited him. We were just chatting, but suddenly he just started touching me. So I did not realize what is this happening, because I did not expect something like that to happen.
Okay, from somebody who is supporting you.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I didn't.
Was working?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was somebody above your age?
Yes.
Okay, and does he support your child?
No.
Where is he?
Even I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes. I'm coming from a broken family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming from a broken family, and I was brought up by a single mother and a humble background. Yes.
Who is paying your school fees?
My mother met with my father, because she will have a relationship. I must call him my father.
Yes.
My father.
Yes.
So even that person, I've never seen him.
Oh.
So my mother talked with him, so sometimes supporting me to pay for me school fees.
But not all the time.
But not.
And currently, do you have a fees balance at school?
Yes, I have.
How much?
20,000.
20,000?
Yes.
Not paid?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are your best subjects at school?
History, theory, Swahili.
Okay. What do you want to become when you finish school?
I want to be a lawyer.
Why do you want to be a lawyer?
Because I want to be a children's rights. I want to help.
You want to advocate for the rights of children,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And help those who are going through the same problem as you're
Yes.
going? Okay. And what can you tell other girls who are going through the same thing?
Yeah, what I can tell them, what I want I want to give them encouragement that in life you must pass through many challenges so that you can succeed. And it doesn't matter how difficult or what you're passing through, don't give up. Challenges are there, and they're there for us to be strong and to be ardent. So just be hard. Maybe you have found a chance to go back to school, just work hard. Don't think about what people are talking about you. Because maybe, like for me, when I'm in school, when I came back to school, I was just alone.
Okay.
I alone.
So you lost all your friends?
Yeah. But I was just encouraging myself. I didn't give up. Because,
okay. Yeah, because just continue.
Because I knew what I've come to do here.
You had determination.
Yeah.
That you have to reach your goal.
Yes.
And your goal is being a lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
And for those who have not been succeed to go back to school, they can maybe join any colleges or engage in any, so that they can support their children. Yeah.
By colleges, you mean tertiary colleges,
yes.
Vocational training institutes?
Yes, maybe addressing.
Okay.
In case if I'm given a chance for maybe a sponsorship, I could thank God for that support to come to me, because I will just make sure that I work hard, and what I will do, make sure that I'm just giving the best from me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've passed through many challenges, and I know what to do. Yes.
And you wouldn't want somebody else to go through what you're going
Yes.
through. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
So I believe that our vocational skills program at Chwele is going to really empower women, especially those women who didn't get a chance to finish high school. It'll give them skills in their local communities. And give them confidence. And if they have confidence in their ability to provide for their children, then they will bring up stronger children. Those children will be around empowered women, and they will hopefully be able to break the cycle of poverty and, entrapment that a lot of those women can feel. For me, I just feel like that's going to be the backbone of boosting the overall local economy. So that's why I think the vocational skills program is super important. Well, as a teacher in the United States, I've actually had a few pregnant teenage girls in my class, but the one thing that they don't have to do here in the United States is drop out. They generally have the support to be able to stay in school and to finish. And my best story is one of my favorite students from 2016 got pregnant senior year. She was in my higher level physics class. So this is a top-notch mind. And she was able to stay in, and she left school. I'm not sure when she had her baby, but she went to college. And as far as I know, she is now a math teacher. And it's because she did have the support and help of not only her parents, but also society in general. We do not throw these girls out completely. I'm sure there's still a lot of, looks and things like that in the hallways. But for the most part, we support the girls and allow them to move forward with their lives. And it's just that talent that's there is huge. We can't just get rid of these students. And I feel like in Africa, those opportunities are not there yet. And that's what our vocational skills program is going to look to provide, is more opportunities like that. So student who does get pregnant will be able to move forward with their lives and still be a contributing member to society.
My name is Jim Boyle. I'm district governor for Rotary District 5100, covering 70 Rotary and Rotaract clubs in Southern Washington and the top half of Oregon. These global grant service projects, I want to make sure that everybody understands how important it is, because it's not just serving the underserved right now. It has generational effects for years beyond. Rotary has had a tremendous impact around the world. If you added up the economic value of what we've done in service through the Rotary Foundation on all of our service projects that include global grants as well as district grants, it's estimated to be in the billions of dollars. We've done unbelievable things worldwide in terms of maternal and child care, disease prevention, economic development, education, environmental sustainability programs. All those areas of focus for us are very important and targeted for our Rotary Foundation, which is the vehicle to accomplish all the service projects.
So the purpose of any Rotary International grant is to create a program on the ground that is sustainable for that community, so that once we help them build a program, they can continue it after we have left. Your donation is so important to us to be able to help find trainers to work with these girls. These girls are going to be working on learning sewing skills. They are going to have wraparound services provided so that they can improve their general lives, learn more about how to raise their children, how to manage their homes, how to manage their finances, and being provided an opportunity to work on their own personal mental health. So the Najajali project is just that, Najajali. It means I care for me. We want those girls to understand their own personal value, and we want them to be successful for themselves, their children, and their families. So your contribution is absolutely essential, whether it is purchasing a sewing machine or offering a donation to help hire a teacher, or a donation that helps us to manage the program. Every dollar counts, and we have our goal set to run this program for 2 years and then to turn it over to the community there. They're very involved. They're very excited about this opportunity. We already have multiple partners on the ground who are making commitments to continue this project once we are completed with this global grant, and we invite you to participate with us today.
In closing, We just want to thank you so much for spending this time with us tonight. Those of you who were here at Zoom gathering with us, those of you who were streaming with us, thank you again for just being here with us and connecting with East Africa in the way that you have through this platform. Thank you again for your support, your past support, and for your continued support.